Hello. It's New Year's Eve. What are we doing? I miss 2020. I'm sorry, what? I miss 2020. So I did hear you. Um, okay, elaborate on what? 2020 was great. Oh, right. Yeah. Everybody was in a panic. The world shut down. People were dying more than ever. How could I forget such a wonderful year? You know what? Screw 2026. Let's bring on 2020, part two, Electric Boogaloo. I wonder what the science is to make it so easy to remember the negative but let the good fade out. Oh, whatever, dude, with your deep thoughts and always trying to make everybody feel better. It's pretty common knowledge that 2020 was one of the worst years ever. Oh, please, it wasn't even top five. It affected the whole world. What do you mean, not even top five? Spanish flu in 1918 for 2 years. The Black Death in 1346 for 7 years. Well, sure, granted, that was mostly Europe, but losing 76-ish% of your population is not exactly a small thing. Two world wars, which spanned 10 years. The year without a summer in 1816, which granted was only a chunk of the world and not the whole world, but you get the idea. 1492 probably wasn't a great year given the smallpox and genocide on top of everything that was going on in Spain. So, I don't know, 2020 seemed pretty decent. Okay, I get it. I don't think you do. You see, COVID, which is still around, by the way, was talked about as some horrible world ending thing because we live in an era of social media, news, and fear mongering. The world only shut down because people were able to see how it was affecting other parts of the world. It never went away. People just adapted and came back because perseverance is important if you want to survive. Whether it was the media or fear mongering or anything else like that or not, the world did shut down. Did it? Because last I remember, I was still going to work every day. All of the essential workers were, which, last I checked, was about 107.5 million people. Granted, that is just the US numbers because those numbers are more easily accessible to me. But do you know how many people were employed before the shutdown in 2020? I bet you're going to tell me. Just under 159 million. Now, granted, 50 million people losing their jobs isn't exactly something to sneeze at, but two-thirds of the Americans were still working. Except now they were in danger every day because some people just wouldn't stay the hell home. I feel like you're making my point for me. People who kept their jobs had it harder. People who lost their jobs had it harder. Kids, parents, adults, teens, seniors, everybody had a hard time. You yourself said that was just the US numbers. You know there were parts of the world that had it worse. Some that had it much worse. And some had it much better. Stop forgetting about the good. You still haven't gotten to the good of it all. I miss 2020 because people learned. Learned what exactly? They learned how to connect. Face to face wasn't an option. They learned what was important to them. For some people, that meant losing what was important, unfortunately, but some people learned how to struggle for the first time in their life. People learned how to break out of their shells because everything was online now. People learned how to work with their hands and their minds because it was the only options they had. The world learned how to work together. And while it's unfortunate that it was only because we had to be apart, they still learned how to do it. Now, here we are, 5 years later, New Year's Eve 2025, and all I can think about is the optimism people had at the end of 2020. Of course, they were optimistic. It was the year from hell, and they wanted it to be over. Just because the calendar changed from 2020 to 2021 doesn't mean people thought COVID was just going to go away, but they were finally excited about something, anything. The optimism they took into the new year was on a whole new level. Seeing that kind of hope in people made me feel something. And we know how rare that is. If people looked at every day like they did New Year's Eve 2020, the world would be a better place. That kind of drive might have meant the world didn't have to shut down in the first place. And all it's taken is 5 years. Now everybody hates everybody again, and everybody's offended by everything. How the hell did every person suffering from the same thing not bring the entire world together? I still believe that people are inherently good. I truly feel like we should be kind to each other, even when it's hardest for ourselves. Sure, the world was built on war and hatred, but if I'm being honest, the world kind of sucks. But what can you do? Be the change you want to see in the world. One person can't change the world, but one person can change the world of another person, who in turn changes the world of another person and another person. The world isn't your world. Control what you can control, handle what you can't control, surround yourself with what makes you happy, and if it doesn't make you happy, don't surround yourself with it. Be the change you want to see in your world. That way it becomes easier to handle the real world. So we're not going out. I got it. Happy New Year. Be safe.